The chapter opens on a packed Kōrakuen Hall where the tension in the air already feels like the main event has begun. The East Japan Rookie King Tournament semifinals are here, and the energy inside that building is something else entirely. Fans are leaning forward in their seats, voices buzzing, programs clutched in their hands. Even the very first match tonight, they say, is going to be worth watching, and they're right. The card is announced. In the featherweight division, Imai Kyosuke versus Terai Makoto in one semifinal, and in the other, Itagaki Manabu from Kamigawa Gym versus Makino Fumito from Sayama Gym. The crowd is already divided. Imai is being talked about like a future Japanese champion, undefeated, talented, marked for greatness. But the Itagaki and Makino match, that one has people split. Some are calling it 50-50. Others think Itagaki's boxing is just too clean, too polished to lose. And then there's veteran reporter Mari. She has her own read on this. She tells Fuji her prediction, 8-2, heavily in Itagaki's favor. It sounds bold, but she backs it up. Yes, Itagaki lost to Makino once before. That loss is on the record. But since then, Itagaki has been training day after day alongside Makunochi Ippo and Takamura Mamoru at the Kamigawa Gym. That kind of environment doesn't just improve a fighter, it transforms one. The growth Itagaki has made is real. Fuji listens, nods slowly, and adds one quiet word that hangs in the air like a warning. Fairly. If this fight is clean, Itagaki wins. Everyone seems to know it. The word fairly will be the key word of the night. Then the announcer's voice booms across the hall. The East Japan Rookie King semi-final 4-round match will now take place. The crowd surges forward in excitement. The crowd erupts. Streamers fly. The ring is lit up. The energy spikes instantly. And in the back corridor, the fighters start moving. Itagaki Manabu steps forward. His Kamigawa teammates surround him. His cornerman walks beside him. Fans inside shout, "Let's go, Itagaki!" The energy around him is positive, electric. He's heading into that ring with momentum behind him. On the other side, Makino silently prepares himself as his coach tries to fire him up, shouting, "Let's go show them the spirit of weeds, Makino." Makino quietly lowers his head, but deep inside, his determination burns fiercely. "I'll fulfill my promise to Atsushi-kun," he tells himself while tightening his fist. "It doesn't matter what I do, I have to win." The voices of the crowd continue echoing in his mind. Win and tell Atsushi-kun about it. And that single thought is enough to keep him moving forward as Makino finally begins walking toward the arena tunnel. Then Makino's side begins their walk, but suddenly Makino stops in his tracks. Standing among the crowd of supporters is a boy in a wheelchair, Atsushi. He had gotten special permission to leave and came all the way to the hall just to cheer for him. A bright, genuine smile spreads across Atsushi's face as his eyes shine with excitement. Makino freezes, completely caught off guard. Atsushi, why are you here?" Atsushi simply grins back at him. "Are you surprised? I got permission to leave and came to cheer for you. Win, okay? Do your best." Makino stares at him silently for a long moment before quietly replying, "Okay." It's only a single word, but the weight behind it says everything. The announcer's voice suddenly explodes through Kōrakuen Hall. In the red corner, weighing 125.7 pounds, from the Kawada Gym, Itagaki Manabu. The crowd instantly erupts into cheers. Fans wave their hands wildly from every side of the arena, shouting, "Itagaki-kun, do your best! Win! Don't lose! KO him, okay?" Itagaki casually raises his glove toward the audience, completely soaking in the attention like he was born for this moment. Around the crowd, people can't help but notice how natural he looks under the spotlight. Meanwhile, Mari noticed the boy couldn't see the ring properly. People standing in front of him were blocking his view entirely. She steps in without making a scene. "Excuse me, please make way." And the crowd parts. Now Atsushi has a clear sight line. Now he can cheer properly. She turns to him with a small smile. "You're Atsushi-kun, right? I'm sure you can cheer properly now." Atsushi beams. Then the announcer prepares for the next entrance. In the blue corner, weighing 126 pounds, from the Sayama Gym, Makino Fumito. But unlike Itagaki's introduction, the reaction from the crowd immediately turns ugly. "He came out, the cheating bastard," someone yells. "Are you going to win with a headbutt again?" another voice screams. "Enough with the shameless wins. Don't piss us off too much, you hear?" The entire arena fills with harsh insults instead of cheers. Atsushi freezes in complete shock as sweat rolls down his face. What is this? These are so mean. This isn't cheering. The atmosphere around Makino instantly becomes cold and hostile as he quietly walks toward the ring, carrying every bit of that hatred on his shoulders. Mari, beside him, quiet, composed, just says, "I'm sure, but in spite of this, Fumito-kun is doing his best." And inside Makino's head, he hears every single word, every insult, every jeer, but his internal response is ice cold. "Say whatever you like. You'll all shut up when I win. I don't care about you guys. All I care about is..." He catches one last glimpse of Atsushi in the crowd, that kid in the wheelchair watching with hopeful eyes. That's all that matters. Both fighters are in the ring now. The referee calls them to the center. The atmosphere is crackling. Shinoda leans into Itagaki during the final corner instructions. "Stay aware of fouls. Don't let Makino disrupt your rhythm. That guy can do anything in there. Be careful." Itagaki listens, but internally, his mind is working through something deeper. He thinks about Makino, about what kind of fighter he really is. People call him the Dark Horse. They talk about his dirty tricks. But Itagaki knows something else about him. Makino is the type who never gives up. He grits his teeth and endures, no matter what. Itagaki has seen that kind of spirit before. Ippo has shown it over and over. He tells himself, "Tonight, I'm going to feel that same spirit firsthand." His coach yells, "Pull yourself together and go." Itagaki snaps back, "I won't lose. I just have to do what I've been doing all along." The bell rings, round one, and immediately, something is off. Itagaki isn't in his usual stance. Instead of his natural low aggressive style, he stands upright, orthodox, high guard, right fist elevated. It's unexpected. Even his teammates in the crowd notice. He looks stiff, hesitant, like he can't fully relax. Across the ring, Makino settles into his stance and the crowd reacts with a sharp burst of noise. The Hitman Style. Low arms, forward lean, shoulders rolled. It's immediately recognizable and immediately dangerous. The same stance that made Mishiba Ryo so difficult to fight. In the stands, Mishiba himself watches with a cold expression as a Fuji asks him what he thinks. His answer is measured but sharp. Whether Makino is copying or has truly mastered the style will be decided in this ring tonight. Kimura watches nearby and his expression darkens. He has painful memories of that stance. He knows exactly how difficult it is to deal with. So does Ippo. Makino starts throwing flicker jabs. The first one shoots out like a whip, fast, bending upward, the trajectory constantly shifting. Itagaki moves, he dodges, he blocks, but he cannot get close. Every time he tries to step inside, another jab comes crackling through the air. The path is nearly impossible to predict. It bends, it curves, it changes. The crowd at ringside is buzzing. Even Atsushi, watching from his wheelchair, can't see Makino's hands. They're moving so fast. Itagaki eats a couple of shots, not knockdown blows, but enough to sting, enough to make people worried. The fight is barely a minute old, and already Makino's left hand is controlling the entire ring. Then, Itagaki does something strange. He lowers his guard. The crowd reacts instantly. He lowered his guard! He must have something up his sleeve. He's not a reckless boxer. Watch out, Itagaki, says Ippo. Even Mishiba in the stands shifts. His expression changes. Something about that move caught his eye. Inside Itagaki's head, the pressure is real. His nerves are firing. The flicker is right in front of him, that impossibly fast, curved left hand, and he knows the answer isn't just to dodge forever. You can't beat the flicker by running from it. You have to take some risk. You have to be willing to eat a punch and drive forward. but right now, he can barely track the movement. Concentrate, he tells himself. Concentrate, concentrate. His whole body is tense, his guard is tight, his eyes are locked in. The noise of the crowd fades away. His teammates are watching, his coach is watching, and round one is only just beginning.